mountain is called Shuilian, and it's a very beautiful mountain, kind of an oasis in the middle of the city. Good morning from beautiful Dongguan, China. My first time in this city. I've never been here before. I spent a couple days walking around. So far I got in late last night and I walked from the subway station a couple blocks right in front of the Dongguan Civic Center, and at night it was beautiful. It was a Saturday night. People were out dancing and exercising, and a lot of skaters in the skate park. It was really cool to see. It seemed like a very beautiful, well-lit city at night. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I got up early. I got very little rest, which is never a good thing before you go hiking, but what the hell. And I need to get to one of the very famous forest parks here in Dongguan and start up the mountain. It is a Sunday morning, and it won't be long before the parks are flooded with people. Now, it's going to be a sunny morning, but this afternoon there's a storm coming. So another reason why I want to get up the mountain before the rain comes. Starbucks doesn't open till 8 a.m. That's actually early. Normally they don't open till like 10. So breakfast of champions, Mickey D's. I'm gonna climb up the hill. There are a lot of families here. A lot of middle-aged to older folk. Children. There's a couple of groups with a loudspeaker. You can hear them having fun back there. Yeah, so it should be a pretty spirited little hike. In the distance there's a waterfall. There's a bridge, looks like you can access to it, but I'm actually going in the other direction. Still a welcome sight. The initial grade, which is a road. Already, I'm very impressed. The entrance is littered with, people serving breakfast, baozi, chow fan, things like that. You come to a plaza with a very, very cool temple, and from here it branches out in many different directions. Nothing is in English, so I'm gonna have to try to find my way around here. They call this Ancient Temple Square, and yeah, I can go up that valley, or I can go up that valley. I don't know yet. I have no idea where I am. Thank God it's early enough in the morning where I can be lost. It's okay. It's not a very large park. Okay, I see where I'm at. So I gotta go up this valley, and a 4-kilometer trek along the back side of the park that takes you back into the city. This park is a pocket of wilderness amongst the city. I mean, just riding in on the bus, you went by the botanical gardens with lots of families going in, and it's still early in the morning. It's only about 8 a.m. And it looks like it's going to be a packed day. They're a little loud, but they're having fun, so that's the important thing. Oh, turtles. Check it out, turtles. All right, now it's time to start my way up the mountain. Like I said, lots of groups here. Looks like team building for local companies, and they're having a ball. They're having a real good time here. There are a number of pathways that take you up. I mean, there's one main one that goes up the valley, and then from there it splits off to like 3 or 4 different ones that follow this beautiful stream. I've never been here before. I don't know anything about this mountain. This mountain is called Shuilian, and it's a very beautiful mountain, kind of an oasis in the middle of the city, or so I'm told. There are many forest parks in Dongguan. Dongguan is a giant city, everyone knows this, and it's one of the 5 dragons of the Pearl River Delta. I've been to all of them except this one. This is my first time in Dongguan. Now I can't escape it, you gotta talk about it. Dongguan is famous for being the so-called brothel of China. It had the most famous red light district in the entire country. up until about 4 or 5 years ago, when the government decided to do a crackdown on it, and they closed down everything to try and clean up the image of the city. And just being here for the last 24 hours, I don't see any signs near my hotel, near the city center. Coming out here today, I haven't seen any of that. It seems to me like a very large, bright, and beautiful Chinese city. If that element does exist, I don't see it. It's got to be behind closed doors, because on the surface, Dongguan looks like any other city. Now, there are many forest parks in this city. Shuilian Mountain is the most popular one of all of them. And they say it's Sunday, so I know it's going to be a busy day, but they say you got to come out early to avoid the crowds. And I see why. This is beautiful. This is just what the doctor ordered. I haven't been on a hike in about 2 or 3 weeks, and I was starting to feel a little claustrophobic in the city, so it's great to get out. Why not come to one of the most popular places in Dongguan? The water level looks very low, but it's still very peaceful. As I climb this mountain, I notice you have all these other roads that branch off. Every couple of meters, there's a new road that branches off down the side of the hill. Man, it would be very easy to get lost in this place. Now, most of the crowd seems to be down in the plaza. Wherever they are, I've elected to go the other direction. I like people having fun. That's a good thing. One of the great things about hiking is finding a little peace and quiet. In order to find peace and quiet in China, which is a harder thing to do than you can imagine, you have to walk away from the noise. You'll eventually come back to it, or it will catch up with you, though. Of course, the mantra whenever you go hiking or running is to always go uphill. Don't stop going uphill, especially in the morning. You can always come back down. Now, I have visited almost all the major cities in the Po River Delta now. I've done them all now, the Dongguan, except for one, and that's Huizhou. Top of the mountain is very beautiful. There's giant trees all around me. It feels very primeval forest. I really love it. Here in this forest you see a lot of tombs and graves, and they're not marked or anything. You have a little dirt path that goes down the hill or up the hill a little bit. You wander about 10 meters and you see a tomb. They're everywhere in this hill. Original adventure. I wonder what that means. I've gone on this, obviously an older trail. It's a stone trail, and man, you have to have good shoes walking on this stuff. But it's very overgrown, and I love it. I love the lushness of it. Made it to the peak, and at the peak is this very large pagoda. There's so many people up there that I can't get up there. I'm just gonna have to walk by this guy screaming in my ear. It's not even peaceful up here. There's just too many people yelling and screaming. So, it's Sunday, I understand. It's usually like their only day that they can get off, so I totally get it. It was a good climb, but you can't even see the city. It's so overcast today. On a clear day, I can imagine the view up here being really, really pretty. But, you know, it's my only day off. So. And of course it will be raining here in a little bit. Still, it's good to get up into the mountain and get some fresh air. It was a great hike. Yeah, even though there's lots of people here, you know you had pockets of just serenity and green all around you. And that's what you need to recharge your batteries. I think my next trip will be to Zhaoqing. I've been there once before, but I didn't film anything. It was one of my very first trips I took here. It's like a little mini Guilin, and then they have a beautiful mountain that you can hike. and it's to the east of the Pearl River Delta, not far, and they're very famous. Really good chicken there.